Students, welcome to day 26 of 30 days revision plan of commerce. Hope you are following this plan regularly. If you had not watched my previous videos, kindly watch them. If these videos are useful, kindly like, share and subscribe. Students, let us see day 26 question answers. Very short answers. What is contingent goods? Contingent goods are the goods in which the acquisition of goods depends on upon a contingency. The seller has to acquire the goods depending on a contingency. That is an event which may or may not happen. For example, contingent goods are part of future goods. A agrees to sell a particular painting work provided he gets from C. In this case, the painting work represent contingent goods. If he gets from C, then only he can supply or he can uh, sell it to the buyer, the particular painting. Likewise, a rice merchant agrees to supply 10 bags of basmati rice which he acquired from Pakistan. If he gets the supply only, he can sell it to the buyer, or otherwise it may not be available for him to sell. Next is, what do you understand by warranty? Warranty represents a stipulation, a term which is collateral. Collateral, here I take the meaning additional or subsidiaries or secondary to the main purpose of the contract. It is the it has the secondary importance to the contract. The violation of warranty does not affect the party, but he can claim the damages or compensation from the other party. Next is, what is meant by negotiable instrument? Negotiable instrument, it is a document which give a title to a person for a certain sum of money and which is transferable from one person to another by mere delivery or by endorsement and delivery. So the law relating to negotiable instrument is dealt in the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881. Next is, mention any two characteristics of entrepreneurs. There are many characteristics. You can choose any two, whichever you find it easy. Here I have taken spirit of entrepreneur and innovation. Here, entrepreneurs should be bold enough to encounter, to face risk arising from the venture that he has undertaken. So he should not be discouraged by setbacks or frustration emerging during the course of entrepreneurial journey. And innovation. Entrepreneurs should contribute something new or something new unique to meet the changing requirements of the customers, namely new product or new method of production or new method of distribution, or he can add new features to the existing product, and he can even uncover a new territory for business, that is online tools, or in some way he can expand his business and innovating new raw material, etc. Now, list down the managerial functions of entrepreneurs. Here, five functions are there. I have listed here: planning, organizing, directing, controlling, coordination. Likewise, promotional functions of entrepreneurs. You have to list out discovery of idea, determining the business perspectives. Here, what nature of business he is going to do. Either he is going to produce by himself or already produced goods, or is he going to distribute. That is business perspectives. Detailed investigation he will do, and he will choose the form of business. Either it is a sole trader or with the family, or with the like partnership or like a limited company. And then fulfillment of, once he has chosen the form of enterprise, he can go for the formalities and he can prepare the business plan. He has to mobilize the fund, and he has to procure the raw material, employees, everything. And next is, we'll move to the long answer. How do you classify entrepreneurs? Entrepreneurs are broadly classified into three groups: risk bearer, organizer, innovator. So first we'll see entrepreneur as a risk bearer. According to Richard Cantillon, an Irishman, he described the entrepreneur as a person who assumes risk inherent nature inborn in the venture started by him. So entrepreneur acts an agent combining all factors of production to produce a product or to create a service in order to sell at uncertain price in future. Again, another author, Knight, also describes an entrepreneur to be an economic functionary, an economic administrator who undertakes the risk of uncertainty. This risk cannot be insured, I'm sorry, you cannot have insurance for this, you cannot capitalize, that is amortize in the balance sheet, or it cannot be salaried. In a nutshell, it can be, entrepreneur is described as he is a risk taker. And next, second one is he is classified as organizer. According to Jean Baptiste, entrepreneur is one who brings all the factors of production together and creates an entity. He creates an establishment to produce the product or service, and he supervises, coordinates several functions in the process. He further elaborates that an entrepreneur faces a great deal of obstacles and misfortunes and undergoes mental agony and anxieties in the process of organizing any venture. In some, an entrepreneur is described as a organizer. Next, entrepreneur as an innovator. According to Joseph A. Schumpeter, in the year 1934, innovation as a criterion to define an individual. It's a principle in as an individual as entrepreneur. So according to Schumpeter, entrepreneur is one who introduces brand new product in the market, who institute new technology to produce a product, or discover new course of supply of raw materials, discovers new product hitherto untapped. Until now, whatever is not untapped, that he will discover. He puts in place a new form of organization by establishing a monopoly or by dismantling existing monopoly. And next is, what are the characteristics? There are 10 characteristics are there: spirit of enterprise, self-confidence, flexibility, innovation, resource mobilization, hard work, leadership, foresight, analytical ability, decision making. So I have taken 5 points. You can choose any 5 from 10 points. So, spirit of enterprise, he should be bold enough to encounter risk arising from the venture undertaken. So, whatever comes, he should not be discouraged. And then self-confidence. He should have a self-confidence in order to achieve high goals in the business. The negativities like inconvenience, discomfort, disappointments, rejection, frustration should not weaken his steely resolve, that his firm uh, determination to make a venture a grand success. And next, he should be flexible. Okay, entrepreneur should not be doggedly stick to decisions in a rigid fashion. He should change the decision made already in the light of the ever-changing business environment. And next, innovation. He should contribute something new or something unique uh, to meet the changing requirements of customers, new product or new method of production or distribution, adding new features to the existing product, uncovering a new territory of business, etc. And resource mobilization. So entrepreneurs should have the capability of mobilize both tangible inputs like manpower, money, materials, technology, market, and then market method, etc., which are scattered over a wide area, and certain intangible inputs like motivation, morale, and innovativeness cannot be purchased in the market outright. So entrepreneur has to marshal, he has to bring together all these tangible and intangible inputs to produce the product in a successful way. So thus entrepreneurship is a function of gap filling, input and input completion. With this, 8 questions for today's study plan is over. I hope you will study If these videos are useful, please like, share and subscribe.